Hey everybody, it's cold and snowy. I don't like it. Let's read. All right, we're on chapter 8 already of Mick Morris. As we followed the hallway into the main area, I would have never imagined such an enormous museum in this building. It was a big surprise as we entered the gigantic display area. The ceilings were huge and the wood floor glistened. Everywhere we looked, there were totally cool things. Dad, Uncle Hayden, and Mr. Suarez wanted to see the cars. The crew wanted to see the Made in America exhibit. Nathan and I wanted to look at the old planes. Or we did before he got mad at me. We checked our walkie-talkies and decided we would meet up later in the afternoon. We walked straight back through the museum, through the furniture, and through the Your Place in Time exhibit, and past lots of old steam engines. At the end, there was a cool place behind windows where we could actually see people working. They were in white lab coats restoring some pieces. It was a cool lab filled with chemicals and stuff. But we were anxious to see the aviation display, so we decided we should follow the map of the museum. So I took it out of my backpack and we backtracked right to where we wanted to go. Will you look at that? Pointed Nathan as we entered the aviation area. There was an enormous old silver jet suspended right above us. Then he realized he was still mad at me and turned and walked away. But we have a picture of that jet. Man, come on. We're best friends. Like, I didn't know how you felt, I said as I followed him to look at more planes. You obviously like my cousin, and that's cool. Let's not let it ruin what little vacation time and fun we have, I said. Okay, but never say anything about your cousin again. I mean, it is your cousin after all, Nathan insisted. Fine, I shrugged as I turned around. The minute I did, a black shiny flash caught my eye as it went across the front of the old biplane that was suspended high in the air. What was that? Did you see that? I asked excitedly. What? That small shiny black streak that flashed across. Look up there, I pointed. I didn't see it. Nathan snickered for a moment. Then he started laughing, and I couldn't help but join in. How silly we were to get in an argument over Sissy. Sissy the serpent of all people. I thought to myself, knowing I would never be able to call her that in front of my best friend ever again. That was a real drag, but not half as much of a drag as the terror that was watching us from above. See, every chapter ends with an awesome cliffhanger, but let's keep going. Chapter 9. Come on, let's go look at those old planes, said Nathan. The museum was huge and fantastic. There was cool historical stuff to see everywhere, around corners, behind walls, and hanging in the air. The way it was set up, everywhere you turned, there were awesome things to discover. I sat down in an exhibit that was actually an old airplane body from one of the very first airplanes that transported people. I'm leaving on a jet plane, I yelled to Nathan as I waved through the air. He joined me in the cabin and sat down when suddenly it felt like it moved. Wow, did you feel that? Asked Nathan. They really make this cockpit seem real. Yeah, do you think it's supposed to move that much? I asked. Yeah, don't you? Asked Nathan. Before we knew it, the entire tube started shaking violently, like it was going to take off. It was shaking harder and harder. Nathan and I were holding on to our seats as tight as we could. We were completely freaked out. It was all that we could do to hold on. Then it suddenly just stopped. There's a picture of the boys in there. That was strange, I said, trying to steady myself and stand up while looking around suspiciously. Yeah, I guess they go all out with the effects, Nathan replied. I wasn't going to dispute what he thought. I could tell our friendship wasn't quite back to normal. It reminded me of the time I had teased my mom a bit too much. She got so mad that she looked like she was going to explode. It took her a few hours to act normal again. It felt the same thing that had happened with Nathan. We quickly left, deciding that it must have been a flight simulator. We moved into one of the darker areas where you could actually stand in front of a screen and feel like you were really flying in a biplane. It was totally cool. This is wild, I exclaimed. It's awesome, replied Nathan. We were just enjoying the ride when Nathan blurted out, Stop it. I'd been holding out my arms to really feel the effect, so I put them down. I said, stop it, Nathan snapped again. Dude, what is your problem? I asked. I put my arms down, but I'd had it. I wasn't doing anything that could have possibly bugged him. You keep stepping on my pant leg, squawked Nathan. I'm not stepping on your pant leg. Well, you were. I just began to walk away. I was so irritated. Mick, wait, Nathan yelled. I stopped walking, but didn't bother to turn around. Okay, man, I'm sorry. I know it wasn't you, because when you walked away, it happened again. It was totally weird, Nathan exclaimed. Little did we know, things were just about to get a lot weirder. Dun, dun, dun.